Afternoon, folks. I've had a pretty interesting discussion here today, me and Stan. Very interesting discussion. Two different worldviews. But that's not what I want to talk about. But before I start my talk, I want to mention something. Shekerinska, you think you've made it now? You traitorous woman. You gave up a whole culture and a whole people just to have a little job that you're going to get. It's going to make you feel important. But you ain't. You're not going to be important. It's just a title. It's a title. You did all that, destroyed the oldest national name in Europe, Macedonia. You and your little buddies, your pro-American, pro-Western suckers, you gave it all away. And now you've been rewarded, Shekerinska. Lele, що ти можеш да му кажеш, знаєте кой съм аз? Я съм Шекеринска, я съм призната в Запад, я седам на много високо фотеле. Ти си нищо, си предавик македонски. Interesting thing, folks. I'm going to get back here and chat a little bit about hope. See, I am by nature a pessimist. When I did the chat last week, I thought I was no good at it. Came back, I wasn't bad. But I'm naturally a pessimist. And I'm a real pessimist when it comes to Macedonia. Speaking of the Republic, I don't think the Republic of Macedonia has a future if they continue sucking up to Western imperialist, colonialist bastards. So that's where both parties in Macedonia are. They're both pro-Western. They both think America's going to save them. Did America save Afghanistan? Did it save Vietnam? There's a whole list, about 90 or something people. There's more nations have been invaded by America in the post-war period than what there are years. No, but people just want to believe that we're the good guys, and I understand. However, folks, getting back to hope, I do get hope. And my hope is in the people that I meet from Macedonia. Recently I have met on a Zoom, unfortunately just Zoom, but I have met an incredible person. He's one of the founders of Ariston Production. They make video content about Macedonia, its beauty, its politics, its culture. And if you haven't heard of them, Ariston Productions. Google them. Nicola, the guy who I spoke to yesterday, he spoke English as well as me. He's got degrees in everything. He was my superior in every way virtually. Young man with such talent. Now, we in the diaspora, we sometimes suffer from a bit of hubris. We look down on the poverty and underdevelopment of Macedonia and we blame the people there for it without realizing why we're so rich here. Well, I'll tell you very briefly, we're rich because Australia, the land is rich. I'll give you one example of it. What is our biggest export earning based on? Digging stuff out of the ground. That's why we're rich. Macedonia was once rich too. Apparently it was silver or gold mines that gave Philip the money to create his incredible army. So there is amazing people in Macedonia. We here, we have to support those amazing people. We have to condemn the predavnici like Shekerinska and co. And we have to support those people in Macedonia that are willing to work positively for Macedonian matters. Ariston Production is one, but there are many others. The other thing I wanted to say was, hang on. Sorry folks, there's a motorbike coming. I didn't want to. So there is something else that I wanted to talk about. The other thing that gives me hope is the cultural renaissance that's happening in Egeiska. I've spoken it before, and I'm going to speak it again and again and again, because there's something incredible is happening there. Something very profound. People are getting in touch with their Macedonianism through music. Now, will that transfer to politics or not? Obviously, not everybody. But there will be people who will be inspired by the songs, the comradeship when our people get together to celebrate their village saints' days and so. What is going on there, folks, is like, I don't know, I can't believe it. Because I've been to Greece, and I've been to Greece in those days when you couldn't even mention it, you Macedonian. The other thing that's happening is that Gurkumani in Australia, some of them, they're slowly awakening. And I want to tell you guys something. You know, Gurkumani, those of us who remained Macedonian, we never hated you. Even in our wildest dreams when we argued with you, we never hated you because we knew why it was happening to you. You're not the only people who've been colonized who have accepted the colonizers' narrative about who you are. So both the all of them at once, Serbs, Bulgars, and Greeks, they all used the carrot and the stick. The carrot was, hey, you're going to belong to a better culture, something better. And the stick was, if you don't, well, we're going to put you in jail, bash you up, kill you if need be. But all the time, as they were telling us we were nobodies, at the same time, they were proudly proclaiming Macedonia as theirs and saying, well, it's really Greek Macedonia, it's Bulgarian, therefore, only Greeks, Bulgarians, and Serbs, and now Albanians. They don't want to admit they're Macedonian, but they want to live in the glory of Macedonia. They all want it. No, none of us ever want, we don't say, well, we'll have this bit in Greece, have that bit here. No, all we ever called our own was that historic Macedonia, where our people were the majority. So, Birkumani, you got to take that final step, and I'm telling you, it's going to be such a liberating feeling, knowing who you really are, not having a disconnect between the language you speak, your relatives, the culture that you practice, not even disconnect with all that and your Greek identity. Because none of those things you know yourself. When you speak Ponashe, you're not speaking Greek, you know that. So I also know how liberating it is because I've met a few that have. And I dedicate this one. This talk I dedicate to my cousins, George and Johnny Zirkus. I love you guys, you know that, and we always have, because we are one people. Thanks, folks.